Morning everybody, and welcome to the first EdTech CPD video where I will go through different apps, different features of the iPad or other pieces of educational technology and show you how you can use them in your practice, how you can possibly find features you didn't know were there, and how you can improve your teaching practice through the use of ICT. So today I'm going to talk about not a specific app, but some of the features that are built into the iPad that are really useful for supporting students. Some of these are useful for the whole class, and they're especially useful for children that might need additional support within your class. So we're going to go to settings. Now within settings, if you scroll down, there is a section accessibility, and all of these features are really brilliant for supporting students, all students actually, but also students that have additional needs. So we're going to start with voiceover. So the default will be off. If you turn voiceover on.
Voiceover on. Settings. Landscape.
So you
Home
can hear,
button to the right. Voiceover practice. Button.
You can hear it speak. So what voiceover does is it speaks whenever you touch a button. If I come out here.
Suggestions. Chrome. Drive. Pages. iMovie.
So you might use
Double
this
tap to open.
if you had children in your class that had perhaps a vision impairment, you could see the iPad but it was very blurry or they couldn't see it clearly, that's a really useful tool to be able to support them. So what they do is they tap once,
Pages.
it reads out the
Double
name of the
tap
app,
to open.
and as it just told me, double tap to open.
Pages. Loading. Documents. Body. Text field. Is editing. Character. Pages.
Okay, and it's going to talk through the different features there. So it's quite a useful
Suggestions.
tool. If I go back, turn it
Voiceover.
off,
Voiceover off.
and then we'll go on to the next accessibility feature. So the next one is Zoom, which I've got on at the moment. So for children who, again, perhaps have vision impairment or struggle with their reading, sometimes Zoom is a really useful tool. Now you can obviously just zoom in on text with two fingers, but then it can be quite tricky to read it because you're only having sort of, you're so zoomed in, it's hard to see the whole text, you've got to scroll the whole way back. If you turn zoom on and tap twice with three fingers, you get this little magnifier and you can change the magnification, and then children don't need to actually, they can keep the whole page up, so they still see the pictures, they still see everything there, but they just see the text a little bit bigger, focuses right in on the bit that they want to see. So that's, again, quite a useful tool for children who perhaps struggle with their reading or need to see the text a little bit larger. Again, tap twice with three fingers, and that will get rid of it. So back to our settings. The next one we're going to look at is display and text size. So there's lots of different options here. Obviously, you can make the text larger, again, to support students who might need that. There's lots of different things you can do. One really useful thing down here is color filters. So if you turn color filters on, and particularly if you go to color tint, you can have that colored background. Some dyslexic readers find that colored background just helps them read the words on the screen a bit clearer. So that's another feature you can use to support some of your children who need it. But there's lots and lots of different options within display and text size that you can explore and look at. Second, last one, penultimate one I'm looking at is spoken content. So there's two options here, speak selection and speak screen. I'll show you speak screen first. So speak screen will speak the entire contents of the screen if you swipe down with two fingers, which can be good on some websites, but it's not great in others, as I will show you.
Roman Britain and the Roman Empire, the school run. Inactive. Facts about Romans for kids. Roman Britain Homu. Active. The Romans by Mandy Barrow. Celts. Romans. Saxons. Vikings. Normans.
So as you can see, the problem with that is it's reading every single word on the screen, which is not really what children want. So if I get rid of that, and I go back to my options, and I get rid of speak screen, I go to speak selection. So this time, I'm going to highlight some of the text. I'm going to press speak.
The Romans came to Britain nearly 2,000 years ago and changed our country. Even today, evidence of the
So then it's just going to read the text to them. So that's a really fantastic tool in your class to support pupils who are perhaps not strong readers, and allows them in subjects like topic or science where you want to do some research, we can have that level playing field. So the fact that they are perhaps not such strong readers, it doesn't matter because they can have the text read to them and they can do their research that way. So another really, really brilliant tool. There's lots of other tools within accessibility to explore that I would recommend looking at. The final one I'm going to look at, and this is for pupils perhaps who struggle to keep their focus, pupils perhaps with behavior issues. If you go to guided access, so So what guided access is going to do is lock your pupils onto the one app you want them to be on. So it starts, default position is off, turn guided access on, set a passcode. So you need to do this on the student's iPad. So you set a 6-digit passcode, type it in again, set something memorable that obviously you're not going to forget. And then you can then go, and then if I go to an app, so for example, say you want them to do TT Rockstars, when you come in the morning, they load up TT Rockstars, you tap the home button 3 times, and it will start guided access. Now, if they think, oh, I'm going to go on YouTube, they try to come out, they can't, because guided access is enabled. So they cannot come out of the app, they have to stick with TT Rockstars. If they tap the home button 3 times, it's going to ask them to put in a passcode, if they know the passcode, or if you know the passcode, you can turn it off, but they're not going to. So if I put the passcode in now, then it says, do I want to end or resume? Press end, and then guided access is ended, and now I can leave. But that's a really, really, really useful tool for kind of locking those children into that one app that you want to be on. And that's it. So it's really, really useful features there. Well worth exploring the accessibility features. There are lots of other ones that I've not spoken about that are worth looking into, but they're the main features that I wanted to go over today. Hope you enjoyed and learned something useful, and I will see you next time.